Hello everyone, this is Lakshman and Mayappan, and this is my project demo for 441 Homework 3. In this Homework 3, this is the first part of 3-part video, and in the first part, I'll run the log processor, log generator module on an EC2 instance. We'll create the log files, push it to the S3 bucket, and it'll trigger a Lambda function, and the Lambda function will create an index. We'll see more about how this Lambda function works in the next video. But basically, we push a file into the S3 bucket and it stores the data over there. Then a client requests another Lambda function to check for a specific timestamp inside the log files for a specific date. So we will be implementing this using the concepts of protocol buffers and gRPC. For gRPC, we need to have a gRPC server and a gRPC client. The client will connect to the gRPC server and will execute the remote procedure calls. But since Lambda is a serverless function, we can't keep running the gRPC every time, and Lambda gets triggered when it is an event-based triggering mechanism. So we have to set up triggers for Lambda, and it doesn't make sense to keep the Lambda, to put a server inside the Lambda and keep it running, because it is not designed for the Lambda and it beats its primary purpose. So we'll go around for a workaround to make the concepts of gRPC, but not the full concepts, the full implementation details of the gRPC. The gRPC usually uses a protocol buffers called as ProtoBuf. This ProtoBuf makes gRPC language independent. So we'll take that language independent factor, the ProtoBuf serializes and deserializes the data, and it has its own internal representations for each programming language. So we create the input that we need to send it to the Lambda function. We'll package it in a ProtoBuf object. We will marshal it and send it to the Lambda function as a encoded data through HTTP request. Inside the Lambda, once the event is triggered, we'll get this data, we'll unmarshal the data, package them back together into a protocol buffers, and complete our processing and return the results in the same way. This is the basic workflow of the first part of implementing gRPC and Lambda. We have this instance already running, and this instance has a policy assigned to it, an IAM role. This IAM role essentially lets this instance to upload data to the S3 bucket. So this is the S3 bucket that we are going to work on. The output files from this log generator will be transferred to this log bucket, and it will be stored inside the logs. So we'll try generating the log. Let's load the screen, and we'll go for svg run. This should generate the log files. Yes. Now that the log files are generated, we'll have a look. The log files are stored in the log file. So we have this log file over here. And now that we have this data over here, we need to push this data to our S3 bucket. So this can be done by using AWS S3 command. It is here somewhere. So we take all the contents from the log folder with an extension of .log and push it to this directory inside our S3 bucket. And we have already provided access for this VM to access this log bucket. So there shouldn't be any issue in transferring the files. Yes, the upload has been successful, and now we'll go inside. We'll check for the timestamp, and we have the data over here, and it is fine. It is exactly the same time as of now. Now that this is done, next we have our log files here, and we'll search. We'll hit our protobuf request, the gRPC based request, so that to check for a specific timestamp in this file. So we'll go for this 22/19/23. There is this timestamp in this file. We'll search for that. We'll go to our source code. We'll share the screen. We'll go svg run. The first parameter that we are supposed to pass is, let's go here. The first parameter that we are supposed to pass is the date in YYDD format 22/1. And today's date is 11 and 05. Month is 11 and the date is 05. And second one, we have to pass the timestamp. We'll check for the timestamp over here, 22/19/23. We are going to check if this exists, this timestamp exists. And the third one, the third parameter is a window size. So window size, we don't have that functionality for this gRPC function, but we'll be using the window size for the REST implementation. That is the third video. So we'll now run this. The program has started running. AWS ProtoBuf client. And we have the response over here, which says that the log query response is available, and we get the true from the result from our AWS Lambda function.